Hey everyone, it's Amanda with My Life, My Way. How you guys doing? Hope you guys are staying safe. Hope you're staying warm. We have finally come out of our deep freeze. It's been like minus holy crap outside for like a while now. It was minus 30 for almost 2 weeks around here. Minus 25, minus 30. That's in Celsius, but I mean really when you get that cold, it doesn't matter. It's warmed up. It's like 5 degrees outside today. Like I'm just in a hoodie. There's no jacket. I don't have to run about inside out. If you guys log on, make sure you either write in the comments for the video or like in the live chat or whatever. Just write me and let me know where you're from. I like to know where everybody's from. It's kind of a weird thing, but it's kind of cool to see where you guys follow me. And it allows me to see your names kind of over and over and over again. So I kind of get to know who's around and who's been kind of part of the conversation and just, you know, it's just kind of nice. So, oh my. It is beautiful. Hi, Megan. So it's gorgeous outside today. I haven't filmed outside in a while because generally speaking, by 5:30, which is what it's at right now, in the evening, it's dark outside. The sun actually he's kind of behind the trees over there, so you can't see him from right here. But he's still up. It's crazy. Not 3, maybe 4 weeks ago, I was driving home and it was dim already. Like, getting on its way to dark, not quite all the way dark. I drove to work this morning in the sunrise. I haven't done that since last year. Unless I'm working night shift, in which case the sun's up already. Most of the time. Hi, Jacqueline. Ooh. But yeah, so, hi from Florida. I love Florida, and I'm so sad we're not going back this year. Makes me sad. We usually go to Florida every year and go down for our cruise. But cruising and vacationing is not really a thing right now, so I guess there's no Florida for me. South Dakota also sounds pretty nice. Hi. So, here's the deal. My husband is finally going back to work. Went back. I shouldn't even say going. He's gone. It's not in the house anymore. Which is a big change for us. Been kind of weird around the house not having him home, to be honest with you. My husband, for those of you guys that haven't been following me for a long time, he worked in the oil patch for a long time. The last 5-6 years or so, so not a huge amount of time, but definitely long enough in his own history. He works out there as a crane operator, and he's rather enjoyed it. And then about Christmas of last year, the company he was working for shut down their Canadian operations. And so they offered him a job out of the States, and he went. It took almost 4 months to get his paperwork through for his working visa. Just fair, that's fine. We're all about doing things the legal way, so we were off work for a couple months. And then COVID hit. So while he was in the States, the restrictions started getting tighter and tighter. And everything kind of died down in the States as well. And they ended up shipping him home. And weeks later, the company actually folded. So he's been pretty much at home since April. He went to work in October. He was away for a couple weeks, came home for a little bit, and then was gone for another week. And that's all he worked last year. And for a while, he was actually pretty okay with it. He was on CERB, which was like a temporary program here for anybody that got laid off due to COVID stuff, which is what happened to him. And then he started to get bored. Oh my goodness, that poor man. He needs time away from me. 100%. I need time away from him. Also 100%. Our whole marriage has always been one of the two of us working out of town. I worked in a small town as a paramedic when we first got together. And then we kind of traded places. So he started working out of town. I started living in town and working in the city that I live in now. So we've never really like lived at home and worked at home for anything more than like a couple of weeks here and there while he was going back to school and stuff. It was pretty quick. I love him to pieces. But he needed some personal space. And kind of so did I. And I kind of got some space because like I could go to work and stuff, but it's definitely not quiet time. And sometimes I like to be quiet. I like to have nothing in the house and just shh. That doesn't happen with my husband still at the house all the time. And he started getting really bored because for like a while, living on social assistance and playing video games all day was a pretty rocking existence for a bit. And then boredom. He was okay over the summer because there was lots of projects and stuff on the go and we could be outside and weren't really that worried about it. And then it started to get cold out and like there's nowhere to go. There's no way to get out of the house. There's no way to nothing. And so he took a new job. Like the instant it was offered, he chased it up pretty quickly as soon as he found out the offer was even there, which is fair. And he's actually going to have a schedule, which is something we haven't had since like 2015 when the economy started to kind of slide a little for us. Yeah. So he's going to be on a 2-week away, 1 week at home schedule. He left last week, so I'm about halfway through the hitch already. The first couple of days, I won't lie, were really hard. Like, I've had him at home every single night for forever. And while we might kind of disagree and about who needs to do what chores and that kind of stuff, the man cooked a lot of food. Wonderful food. Does a lot of dishes. Also a bonus. Hello, England. That's a long way away from me. Hopefully it's warm where you guys are right now. And so it's been lovely, like having him back at work. A little weird for a couple of days. Is more quiet, I think, than I was expecting, just because it's just me and the dog now. But we're doing all right. So he's going to be on a 2-in-1. It's possibly a 2-year contract. It's actually construction. It's not oil field. So that's kind of wild for me. He's how far of a drive is it from here? About 8 hours solid from here. So it's a heck of a drive and a lot of a commitment to get up and back. Me and the dog may still go up to go visit him for like TTC stuff, but we have to wait till some of the coffers kind of fill back up with some money before me driving 8 hours and renting a pet-friendly hotel room for 3 days and then driving back 8 hours becomes a feasible thing to do again. Because right now it's just not. We don't have the money. It's not there because he's been off work since pretty much January of last year. So I'm still working. I'm teaching first aid usually anywhere between 1 and 2 days a week. And then I usually have a day, sometimes 2, where I'm on the ambulance. So that's exciting. And it's been kind of nuts around here. I also got my second jab. So I'm officially vaccinated. But I'm also immunomodularized. So I take Humira, which is a medication that kind of changes how my immune system functions a little bit. And because none of the research for the vaccine had anything to do with people like me on medications like I'm on, there's unknown efficacy. Like, they're not exactly sure how strong it's going to work. But I talked to my rheumatologist, who's kind of in charge of my care, and she said, with me being mildly immunocompromised because of the medication I take and the fact that I work as a paramedic and I'm on the front lines with people that are sick with COVID fairly frequently, that the risks outweigh the benefits for my particular case. So everybody's a little bit different. That's kind of the way we were looking at it. So I got both my shots. Woo! The first one I told you guys about, and it like wiped me out for like 2 days almost. I couldn't do anything but nap. I got up, I was up for a couple hours, and I was falling asleep on the couch again. And I haven't been that fatigued in a long time. This second one was fine. I didn't even notice any arm pain. Like, I slept on the arm. It was totally fine. Not any issues, no fatigue. Everybody was saying the second shot's supposed to be so much worse, and I was better. 100% better. So that was kind of fun. And then, what else is going on? Oh, I put up... So a lot of you guys know that I make bath bombs and stuff. Yeah. So, that's cool that you take Humira too. That's as much of the information that I have anyways. Obviously not an expert in Humira or vaccines. It's not really the way it goes for me. A lot of you guys know, if you follow me or you follow my Instagram, you know that I make bath bombs. And if you didn't know, there's a link in the description for my Instagram and my Facebook feed for the Bath Bombs for Babies sort of pseudo company that we started. And it's just to raise money for IVF. And we kind of dead stopped on it because with Aaron not working, the IVF just wasn't an option for us. So we were just kind of chilling out at home and kind of waiting. And then now with him going back to work, it may be a thing again in the future. So I put up a couple of ads the other night. And most of the pictures, pretty much all the pictures that I post, are all like the family friendly shapes. I got a heart with like a little heartbeat in it because I'm a paramedic and I'm nerdy and it's fun. And then I picked up a little Canadian maple leaf one, which I really like because I'm Canadian and a little nerdy, and it was kind of fun too. And those are the two that I usually post pictures of. And I have a whole bunch more molds I want, by the way. I just didn't have the money to buy them. That might change. There might be more soon. Maybe. Because my husband indulges me, and he's a sweet guy. And he knows it helps with my mental health to just kind of keep busy that way. So one of the things I don't post about my bath bombs is that I make inappropriately male-shaped bath bombs. And they're just for gag gifts. And you gotta watch your audience. Because Lord knows I love my mother-in-law, but I would not give her one. My mom finds them hysterical. You just gotta watch your audience. So I put them up on a whole bunch of wedding sites, and I was like, so hey, I have these inappropriately shaped bath bombs. I'm not gonna put the picture up here, so I don't know if that'll get me in trouble or not with the Facebook guidelines. If you want a picture, PM me. And, yeah. I had a whole bunch of messages. I literally just dropped a bag of dicks. Make sure your kids aren't listening. Off with some nice lady that bought $40 worth off me. I haven't sold them in a while, and it makes me laugh every time I say something like I just sold a bag to somebody else. Or when I ship them, even the girls at Canada Post know what I'm selling. So when I go there to the post office, they have questions. I had to drop them off a little bag for themselves to kind of try out just because they were laughing at it every time I swung by. It was pretty funny. It just makes my mental health better when I can get a good laugh out of it. But, so that's been going down. One of the girls that's following me asked about, like, TTCing after getting the vaccine. And the information that I received was they don't want you trying for 28 days after your second dose. So, like, we didn't really TTC during the first one anyways. So it wasn't really a big deal. And my husband's not home, so not for the next 28 days isn't a really big deal. But they basically they want one sort of cycle away from the vaccine. And that's just because they don't know what the effects are going to be on developing eggs or developing embryos. That's it. That's all the information I got. You didn't have to hold off for a whole long time. They are saying if you're pregnant or breastfeeding to not get it, but that's because they tell everybody that's pregnant or breastfeeding not to take anything until there is a pile full of research done. Although from what I understand, there is a bunch of pregnant women that have gotten the vaccine because the risk of COVID when you're pregnant, especially in the later stages, is actually extremely dangerous. There's been quite a few cases now of women getting very, very sick. Again, I'm not a medical professional on that line of things. This is not my area of expertise. But it would definitely be worth having a conversation with your doctor if that's a concern or a thought process or whatever. But again, it's always risk versus benefits when it comes to putting anything in your body that doesn't normally belong there. Anything from vaccines to medications to everything else. So yeah, that's kind of where I sit on it. I think that's about it. I really don't have a whole lot going on. I'm just so excited. It's like 5 degrees outside and there's still sunshine. I'm flabbergasted and stoked. It's going to be a good day. I think I'm going to go see if there's any snow left on my driveway. When I left this morning, there was like a skiff left over. We got a little bit of snow yesterday. So we got a fairly decent amount of snow yesterday. But my neighbor actually shoveled up my sidewalk. And I went around once in the evening as well. And like, I have a little like mini snow blower, like a leaf blower style. We got it for $80. It's one of those Ryobi ones where like the big battery pack sits into it. And the battery packs are expensive for sure. But we have the lawnmower and the weed whacker. So we have three batteries actually, and 2 charging ports. So we didn't need that. So, cause you didn't need any of that stuff, it was like $80. Does it last a long time? No, because it's a battery, and I like to run it on high until I run out of battery, and then I give up for the afternoon. But I managed to get at least like my walkway done and a walkway up to my house so that the girl that delivers me news, or the guy, I don't know who's my paper person anymore. I haven't seen them in a long time because COVID. But anyways, so I kind of like made sure they had a little pathway going back up to my house. But there was still snow on the ground when I left the house this morning. So we'll see if an afternoon of 5 degrees out melted the rest of it. And if it didn't, I guess I'm in for snow cleaning. It's the only problem with my husband going away to work. Now all the blue chores are also pink chores. I'm not saying that you need to be in a traditional blue versus pink. I'm saying that each person in the relationship gets an identified color. You can pick whatever color you want. And then your chores fall under purple, green, blue, whatever you pick. Pink's my favorite color, blue's his favorite color, so that's what we go with. But now all his chores are now mine. So I have to pick up dog poo. And I have to mow grass when the mow grass comes back around. And today it might be snow shoveling. That's the way it goes. And then I might take the dog for a walk. I might actually talk him into it. It's pretty nice outside. He's kind of a wimp. You guys have probably seen him around. He's giant. He's about 105 pounds, give or take a little bit. But he's kind of a wimp. He's like a big old cat. He comes in, he looks at stuff, he stretches, he lays back down again. Nap for another half an hour. Laziest dog ever. I can take him around the block, but I take him any further than that. He's just like, nope, I'm old. I don't do this anymore. So we go for drives a lot. That's how we hang out. But anyways, I gotta pop off here. I just wanted to like pop on and let you guys know that like things are changing. The TTC stuff might be put on hold for a little while, but we may actually be able to go back for another round of IVF, which is exciting. So we're sort of back on like the fundraising thing. So if you want bath bombs, feel free. If you don't, you don't. And it doesn't hurt me any. It doesn't hurt my feelings. We need to like sort of raise more money for it. And I don't want to just ask. I don't mind working and doing stuff to sell you, but that's as far as it gets for me, personally. That's all I'm saying. But yeah, I think I'm gonna let you guys go. I hope you have a wonderful evening, and I hope you enjoy the nice weather, if you're getting nice weather. Hopefully Texas gets out of the disaster that Texas kind of became. I think everybody's back to having power, and everything should be all right down there. Florida, I hope you're doing okay too. Hopefully you managed to avoid whatever Texas managed to get into. Like little kids falling into the snow pile. Anyways, but yeah, I hope you guys are safe and happy, and I will talk to you guys later. Okay, bye.